worked with the Coalfields Regeneration Trust and CCIP since 2010, so we're just coming up next year to 10 years, and it's been very good. When we first came here, it was a coal mine, and the coal mine was being closed down, and the lake that we see behind us was regenerated. And so we tried it out for canoeing and water sports, which previously the population had not been able to access. And in so doing, came into contact with RIDO, the Rotherham Internal Development Organisation, and they in turn put me in touch with Voluntary Action Rotherham, and it was through Voluntary Action Rotherham that we actually contacted CCIP. So the money that went into the equipment and the premises that we've got today helped the local community, and we now have over 1,000 members in the club and nearly 200,000 lake users. It's benefited hugely. We originally started the idea of a canoe club. That became a canoe and a kayak club, canoeing being a single blade and kayak being double blade. And from that we discovered that the water quality was absolutely excellent. And so testing the water quality meant that one day there was a guy swimming in the lake who came out of the lake like the guy with the milk tray advert out of the sea with his wetsuit and everything. And I said, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "Well, actually, I come down here open water swimming." From him, he was a local, very local. We expanded it to open water swimming. That meant we needed wetsuits, we needed safety equipment, and the money helped us buy the safety equipment, which in turn meant that we could put more people on the lake. So it was very much a chicken and egg situation, with CCIP helping us lay the egg. I think on the health front, I think there's informal health and what I would call NHS type formal health. If we take the informal health, we have a club with 1,000 members. Each one of those members comes down, according to our statistics, about 15 times a year. So the facilities have allowed us to have running morning and evening, open water swimming from dawn effectively till dusk. So the serious people are really getting healthy. Ironman, London Marathon, we put 50 people into on the running side into Cleethorpes Marathon this year. Again, it's the opportunity that people have got to expand their own horizons, which is the important bit. On the informal front, we keep a tally of people jogging around the lake and that sort of thing, walking the dogs and all that. And 200,000 people. When we were first here, we first started making the tallies, we were down about 20 or 22,000. So that money has helped 180,000 people. Now that is Leeds United with 5 full stadiums coming here every year. So I think the health situation and the ability to come out on days like today for the local population is there. The skills level is an interesting one, because when we started we had very few coaches, and the coaches we had to hire in and everything else. We've now, and on the lake behind us today, there are local coaches that are coming, that are coaching not just open water swimming and running and cycling, and the canoeing and kayaking, but windsurfing, stand-up paddleboarding, and all these others, which the money for the equipment has brought and the money for the buildings has brought. Without both, you cannot have the skills level. So moving on to the employment, we have a full-time site manager, because we're looking after the site. We also have an operations director who is also full-time. We have 5 full-timers for the cafe, about another 10 part-timers, and we go out of our way so that youngsters can come down and they can do life skills, whether it's the trees, helping cut the grass, or whether it's waiting on table. And all of that is happening, and we have our partnership with Durham Valley College as well to help out. I would access the practical support first. In other words, what is your idea? How sustainable is it going to be? What is the effect going to be on the community? In other words, think of the end first. Then move it forward to say, how do I get there? What do I need to achieve? And again, we're back to the chicken and the egg. If we'd not had the partnership with you guys and with Dearne Valley College to provide our first employee, that employee in turn helps manage about 30 volunteers. That in turn means that the volunteers get more volunteers, and then we get more coaches. So you have to think of the end game first.